pleased to be joined by Glory Watson, the NEF Flyweight champion, who's getting ready to fight once again this Saturday in Orono at NEF40 against Lynn McMillan. Glory, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, and I know that the fight's right around the corner. So this is the worst part. It's weight cut week. So what is your weight at right now?
I was 122.5 this morning.
Okay, so you're almost there, just a few more pounds to go. How has that been? Because this will be the lowest weight that you've ever fought at, and you fought as high as 140, I believe. So you're transitioning, basically changing your body structure. What has that been like? How hard has it been?
It hasn't been too bad because I have an amazing set of coaches, and we basically tailor everything to me. Working with Ricky Dexter as my strength and conditioning coach, my body is completely transformed. I looked completely different than I used to. And in terms of the cut, it's been brutal because I can't have the things that I want. But
no tenders.
No tenders, and I want them so bad. I haven't been as grumpy. My energy's been okay. My strength has been okay. It's been this week that I'm starting to really decline, but that's the way it's supposed to be.
I do want to mention Ricky. You mentioned his name earlier, and he's a big part of the team there at Young's. Obviously, he was supposed to be fighting Josh Harvey in the main event. It's devastating news that he had to drop out. I'm not sure what has been said publicly, so I won't dig too deep into it. But I just do have to ask, how is his spirits right now, and how has that affected you, I guess, in your camp preparing for this fight?
So he seems pretty well. For the circumstances, again, not sure what's been released publicly, so I'm not gonna get too deep into it. But he seems to be doing pretty well. He is still coming in here, still working with all of his clients. He still works with me. It's been different because where he was preparing for Josh, we were conditioning and doing everything together, and now we don't do it together. And I know that having someone doing it with me pushes me a little bit harder, so it's different.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Ricky will be just fine. So we're obviously thinking about you, buddy, and hope you get right back in there soon. Who have been some of your main training partners now? Obviously, Jimmy's getting ready for a title fight. Fred has been, in and out, I guess, but he's more there in the evenings, from what I understand. And then you have Amy McCrae, who has to be your number one sparring and training partner. She's religiously there at the gym. So just what has it been like? Who have been some of the main people you've been going with?
So I mentioned in a past interview that our female team used to be really big. It was really strong for a while, and everything has kind of dissipated. We're all still friends and everything, but the people that were training as much don't train as often. So now our girls team primarily is myself, Amy McCrae, and then Brooke Sheridan, who hasn't fought. She's still really green and everything. So that's the women that I train with on the regular, and then we have people that will pop in the evening classes, but those are our morning women. And in terms of men that come in the morning, Jimmy is typically here. Eric Tainter, who's fighting, he's been in here. Victor Irwin started to come in the morning. Ricky was here every morning. Brooke's fiance Logan Morin is here every morning. Rich Martell has been here in the mornings. Carl Langston was here. There's been a group of people that don't come every day, but will show up and give me work and give work to the other guys that are fighting. So it's been helpful.
Oh, that's good to know. And obviously, every training camp has its problems. You get dinged up, little nicks here and there. How healthy is your body feeling as the fight is just a couple days away from us?
It's not too bad. I had my last fight, I was having a lot of problems with my hips, getting my hips opened up and everything. And my femur was coming out of its place and it was a whole mess. But I've been really conscious of that, and it's been a lot better lately. And I see a massage therapist quite regularly, and I see a chiropractor as well.
How do you feel the benefits are from seeing a massage therapist and a chiropractor? I actually have my first ever chiropractor appointment tomorrow morning, and I'm really excited about it because I'm feeling old, and I think maybe this could help me out a little bit, make my quality of life a little bit better. Do you notice a big difference when you go and you have a massage appointment or you visit the chiropractor?
I definitely do. Massage-wise, she's great. She's been with me since the beginning. So she kind of knows my body, and she'll touch me and be like, "Ooh, that is really bad." So we'll do legs one day, and then we'll do my chest and my shoulders another day. So it's nice to go in there and have someone that's been with me every step. and that way they know what I need to work on. And my chiropractor, she's a sports chiropractor, but she also does dry needling. So I go in and I get a full treatment. I get my hips realigned, I get my spine realigned, and then I get the dry needling typically in my glutes because of my hips, and then my traps.
Wow. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'll let you know how it goes, but I know that's
so fun.
Yeah, and especially as an athlete and what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish in the sport, it's got to be almost a weekly maintenance for you to really get in there and do this type of stuff moving forward, right?
Yeah, and I've talked with Kira about it, and she has said that it's basically my treatment team. I have a team of people behind me that help me recover and stay healthy and make weight and everything, and that's basically all of my sponsors that have helped me do that.
Yeah, that's great to have that team around you to really check off every box as you are preparing for a fight. Let's talk a little bit about your last fight. We did talk afterwards. It was kind of fresh, and a little bit of time has passed now. That was a very close fight with Kerry Hill. I'm sure you've gone back and watched the tape here and there. What is it that you took away from that fight now that you've had some time to let it digest? And how have you evolved since then? What have you been working on to get better?
So we spoke after the fight, and I had said I wasn't really in it mentally, and that's still very true. That part of me hasn't changed. That is still my view on it. But watching the fight, like going back and watching the footage, which I only watch the footage with Coach, and I watch it one time. I never watched it again. It's a weird superstition thing, I guess. So we watch it, and Coach does what he calls counter coaching. He watches and if he were to fight me, what would we do to beat me? So that's what we work on, and it's kind of been a combination of everything: some ground stuff, some stand-up stuff, some cage stuff. So it's just like a normal camp, just with some extra pieces thrown in.
What do you know of your next opponent, Lynn McMillan? She's 0-1, and I believe she actually has another fight set up after this one with you. So she's really starting to really, put some time in there and looking to build her record up. What do you know of her? Have you seen any footage on her?
I have seen 2 videos of pad work, and that's all I've seen. I don't really know much about her at all.
Do you like that? I mean, I got to imagine if I'm in your shoes, I'd like to have as much tape as possible to kind of see what my opponent does well or maybe what they don't do well too, So does that affect you at all, or do you just kind of stay laser focused on what you need to do and just go in there and implement your game plan?
I have faith in my coach, and so he watches most of the footage and tells me what I need to know. Other than that, it's eyes forward.
How has your relationship with Coach Young evolved since you've been there? Because you're kind of like his star pupil right now. He's really grooming you into being, someone that maybe we can see in the UFC one day. How close are you with him now versus maybe when you first started?
So I'm in here. I open the gym 2 days a week. I work here. I have clients here. I train here. So I'm here all the time. Coach is here a lot too. So we've definitely become friends throughout all of this, and he's great to have in my back pocket for going in the sport.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal coach and a wonderful guy. So can't say many bad things about Chris Young, if at all. You mentioned friends. Are you expecting to have a lot of support at this event? It's right up the road in Orono. Have you sold a lot of tickets, and will there be a big Glory Watson fan base there?
I've sold more tickets to this one than I have to any of the others.
Wow. Okay. Is it a big difference, or are you going to have
maybe 50 more?
Wow. Wow. Okay. What is it? Do you think it's just the venue, people wanting to go up to the Collins Center, or is this just one of those things where maybe timing wise it works out for everyone that they can come to this event?
I think it's the venue, and I think part of it is my name is getting out there more, and people will see me and recognize me for that. So I think that people, especially where I work at a bar in downtown Bangor, people see me all the time, and I sell tickets to people at the bar because they're like, "You don't look like you could fight." I was very surprised. So I get the drunk crowd that wants to watch a girl get in a fight.
How does that make you feel when you hear someone say that you don't look like you can fight? Does it frustrate you a little bit? Does it make you ugly, or are you just kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever, I don't really care what anyone thinks?
Not at all. It does not make me ugly because I don't either. I say all the time, it still feels so surreal. And in past interviews, I've said I didn't stop crying until I was 13 years old. So I don't know how I'm good at this.
Well, you clearly are undefeated, looking to rack up another victory, this time at 115 pounds. I do got to ask too, Glory, do you feel that this move down to 115 is going to translate into more finishes for you?
I'm really not sure. It's going to depend on how I feel after the rehydration phase of the weight cut. But I know my strength has felt pretty good, like I said, going with people that are now significantly bigger than me versus that were slightly bigger than me. So I don't think anything's going to be overly different, but you never know.
Well, I'm sure you're going to be in there doing your thing come this Saturday in Orono. I know you're one to give a lot of trash talk or predictions, so I'm not even going to go that route. I'm just going to give the floor to you. Any sponsors or anyone you want to thank? The floor is yours.
Two big people that I really want to thank that have been coming from other gyms. JB from down in Rumford, he's been coming up and he's working with me on striking and jiu-jitsu and minimal cage stuff. But he's been really helpful. And then Miguel Torres from Titan Athletics, again, another Titan person coming over to play with me. So he's been super beneficial. He's recently become a black belt over there, so that's really great. Sponsors, I'm terrible listing off sponsors. The big ones are, like I had mentioned, my treatment team, my chiropractor, my licensed massage therapist, Jen Moon. Feed Me Fit 207 is huge on my meal prep. And I'm terrible at it. I know Aflac. I have. Nope, I got nothing. Weight cut brain is definitely a valid excuse for this.
That it is.
So my sponsors can't be mad.
Well, it'll be on your shirt and on your banner. You'll be plugging in plenty. And when we release this video, we can make sure to have them put in there as well. So
that's the way to do it right there.